Compared to my 13-minute Kirby and Metroid reviews, this one's probably going to be a quickie, but I do not want to be working on a video when Tears of the Kingdom comes out. So here's my review for Xenoblade Chronicles 3's DLC campaign, Future Redeemed. As its battle system is based on 3's, it's going to be pretty similar. You're still using arts, which will recharge based on a cooldown timer or auto attacks depending on the character you're using, and those arts are going to be charging up your talent art, which is a stronger special attack. Chain attacks are basically the same as they were in 3 as well. However, unity combos replace Ouroboros forms. Instead of having a form you assume for a limited amount of time with stronger attacks, this is one singular stronger attack. And you'll find that you no longer have arts that can inflict, smash, or burst after a launch. Instead, you're supposed to work up to a launch and then use a unity combo to inflict one of these status effects. As a result of this though, I found that enemies were launched way more often in Future Redeemed. In 3 it was something I would have to work up to, but in Future Redeemed, I would find enemies being launched within seconds of starting a battle. You can also customize which two characters are paired up for a unity combo, and each pairing has different effects. So for example, you can pair up A and Matthew, but you can also pair up Matthew with any of the other 5 party members. And some of these pairings will have smash, others will have burst, others will inflict blowdown. The biggest change comes with the removal of classes. 3 encouraged players to play around with classes a lot, changing up which characters for which class and experimenting with different playstyles. Future Redeemed gives every character a set class that they can't change, so the 6 playstyles you have are the 6 you get. You can customize your character's playstyles during chain attacks though. In base 3, only your 7th hero character would have a heroic chain, and everybody else was just standard. Here, you can actually equip tactics manuals to give your characters a specific heroic chain, or battle manuals to change their chain order, which takes place after you successfully complete a chain attack round. For example, you can give a character a heroic chain that allows him to reactivate all characters except himself. If you want to have all of your characters with a heroic chain, you can just equip tactics manuals to everyone. But you may not want to do that, as this will take away the effects they usually have. For example, healers are useful because they can get you up to 99% without going over. However, equipping a tactics manual to them will remove this effect. As much as I love playing as Shulk or Rex, Shulk is a defender and I'm much more of an attacker main. And while I liked Rex, Matthew after certain points becomes way more spammable and easy to use. And that for me came after I unlocked arts canceling. That's the other big change to Future Redeemed, is the unlock system. Through exploration, completing certain quests, and defeating unique enemies, you can find multiple different types of unlock kits. Art unlock kits to unlock different fusion arts, gem and accessory unlock kits to unlock more gem and accessory slots for your characters, and most importantly, affinity growth unlock kits. Basically everything you do in Future Redeemed will grant you affinity points, and these points can be cashed in to unlock different skills. Each character has 3 different tiers, the first tier being unlocked automatically, but the other 2 tiers having to be unlocked through these affinity growth unlock kits. Some skills do something as simple as strengthening an art or increasing the amount of TP you have when starting a chain attack. However, others can do things like unlock arts canceling, or making your talent art reactivate your other arts when used. Once I unlocked both of these options for Matthew, that's when he became incredibly fun to spam, because I could just cancel arts into each other until my talent art was unlocked, use my talent art to reactivate my arts, and then continue canceling my arts to unlock my talent art, and repeat the loop. One of the main ways to gain affinity points is filling out the Enemypedia. Entries here are filled out simply by beating enemies. You might need to beat 1 or 2 of a tougher enemy, or a handful of smaller, lesser enemies. In base 3 and basically every other Xeno game, once you get over leveled enough, fighting underlevel monsters aren't really worth it. They just don't give enough XP to make them worth the grinding. Here though, this gives the player a way to get stronger even while fighting these lesser enemies, and encourages them to fight more enemies in general. Because even if you're not gaining much EXP, you are gaining significant affinity points that you can use for stronger skills. Alongside fighting enemies, the affinity point system encourages exploration. You get points simply for finding new locations, for viewing affinity scenes, for field crafting, and for, of course, finding relics and treasure chests. I think introducing this system in a map of this size is a perfect fit. The entirety of Future Redeemed takes place in the Cent Omnia region, which is about the size of one region in Base 3. In the base game, exploring the entire world feels absolutely insurmountable because it is so ridiculously huge. Limiting us to a smaller map of simply one region makes this feel far less overwhelming. And in fact, while I didn't complete this goal, I did get close to 100% completion on pretty much every area, with only a couple of goals left per sub-region. Speaking of the map, I have to give Future Redeemed props for its nostalgic scenery. In Base 3, one small nitpick I did have is that while you would occasionally see something distinctly recognizable, like the Mikada's distant fingertip, for the most part the areas were unrecognizable mashes of classic xenogeography. In Future Redeemed, it is abundantly clear which area of the old worlds you're currently in, or which locations clash together to create the new setting. Sometimes the game will even directly name them. And to close out this video, I want to say that that sense of fan service is probably what I love most about Future Redeemed. While I disagree, there are those who feel that Xenoblade 3 went too far in its own direction, and didn't do enough to pay off on the previous game's legacies. If you felt that way, then Future Redeemed is the Xenoblade 3 you're looking for. Despite being a prequel, Future Redeemed is ironically a perfect ending to the Xenoblade trilogy. Not just 1 and 2, but the game it's attached to as well. Without spoilers, Future Redeemed provides closure for Shulk and Rex, expands upon Ionios world building, fleshes out N and O of his characters, and even provides glimpses into the future of all 3 games' protagonists. And it does all of this using a variation of the best combat system the series has had. For that reason, Future Redeemed is my favorite game I've played in 2023 so far. Unfortunately, as much as I loved this experience, I have a feeling that victory is only for the immediate future.